16 years old, had her first hit record, My Man. She toured with Otis Redding and James Brown. She was friends with Diana Ross and Marvin Gaye and David Ruffin, and she was as gifted as any of them. Yet, big-time commercial success somehow eluded her. In the 1970s, she gave up recording to tour in the Broadway show Bubbling Brown Sugar, where she performed alongside Cab Calloway. She persevered through lots of career disappointments and hard times until finally she became an overnight sensation in her mid-50s. Her spellbinding rendition of The Who's Love Reign Over Me at the Kennedy Center Honors in 2008 brought the house down and brought her long overdue national recognition. She has since performed at President Obama's inaugural celebration. She's released a string of critically acclaimed albums. Her just touching and beautiful memoir is called A Woman Like Me. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest voices in R&B history, Bettye LaVette.
Hey everybody, it's so wonderful to be here with you. It's especially honoring to be asked to perform in this tribute by the Keepers of the Flame. This is very much like being asked to come to a celebrative birthday party for everybody's child and grandchildren's party, and you are asked to come and impersonate them. I think that what people don't realize so very often is the artistic quality of these songs. I think you just like them because you like them. Most of you have never had the opportunity or the misfortune to have to sing one of them. I say the misfortune because by them not being played on black radio, and that was where my music was played when these songs were released, we all took them kind of lightly. And I think that really happened a great deal with Ray Charles when he did it on Ricky. I think that was the one thing that led so many other black artists into their tunes. The tunes were more than just tunes. They actually required you to think. And the way my manager got me into them was like, these guys just came out of the ghetto like you. They couldn't read or write. I know you can sing these little songs. So here we go, we're gonna try. It's been a long time. Now I'm coming back home. I've been away now. Oh, how I've been alone. Wait till I come back to your side. We'll forget the tears we cried. But if your heart breaks, don't wait, turn your way. And if your heart's strong, hold on, I won't tell it. Wait till I come back to your side. We'll forget about the tears we cry. I feel it so. You ought to know that I've been just as good good as I can be. If you do, I trust that you will know. You know you wait for me. But if your heart breaks, don't wait. Go on and turn me away. And if your heart's strong, hold on. I won't delay. Oh, wait till I come back to your side. We'll forgive the tears we cry. It's been a long time. Now I'm coming back. I've been away now, but oh wow, I've been alone.
Wow.
Thanks.
It's so beautiful to hear you sing, really.
Thank you.
You know, I met you, I met Bettye back in 2009. That was the first year you performed at the tribute. It was the 29th annual tribute then. And I'd not heard of you. I was introduced to you by Steve Laurie of Music Without Borders, who said, you know, Bettye LaVette, maybe we should invite Bettye LaVette. And I said, who? You know, but I, you know, trusted Steve. Of course, I've gotten to know you personally, and I've gotten to know your life story and your musical legacy since. This is not the music that you grew up with. Tell us about your influences and the music that inspired you when you were just starting your professional career.
Well, when I was just a little kid, my parents sold corn liquor, and we had a jukebox in our living room as opposed to a couch. And so I knew all of the current tunes when I was about 2. But that is exactly, my mother was a gospel groupie and country western groupie. My father liked blues and then just the burgeoning rhythm and blues. But that, I think, set the tone for me because all of these songs are still just songs. No matter whether John Lee Hooker wrote them or John Lennon, they're still just songs. And the object is to say how they make you feel. I didn't know the Beatles as these guys did or live with them the way you all did, and my husband certainly grew up with them and Rich. And they knew, because they were interviewed, the Beatles and John were interviewed, how did you feel when you were writing this? I don't know what they were thinking about. I have no idea what they were talking about or what they were thinking about. I just knew what the words made me feel and made me think. So when I sing them, unfortunately for y'all, I'm just singing about me.
And tell me if I have this right or not, that when you approach a song, not just a Beatles song or a John Lennon song, but that you don't have an allegiance to the way it was done before. That doesn't...
Yeah, and I think I'm grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that because there were so many songs that I do now on my show that I had to grow out of things like Georgia, and I don't know how many of you may have remembered an Annie Laurie early song, It Hurts to Be in Love. I heard them for so long, I had to grow out of them and then reinvent them. But because these songs were not a part of my life, when I just heard the lyrics, I just interpreted what the lyrics meant to me. And these lyrics are so strong, and they could really mean so many things. And I'm sure that many of you who heard these at 17, they sound and mean something different now at 50 or 60 than they did then. So I'm just, being introduced to them at 50 or 60, so they mean what they mean to an old woman, what they mean to a young woman.
But you clearly have great affection for them. That's obvious.
Oh, yeah, hey, they are good songs, and I don't have that barrier. I don't have to don't like this because I didn't like that artist or whatever. If they're good songs, then to me they're valuable because I'm a singer and I can sing them. Oftentimes, we won't mention who, but if I didn't like the way you sung it, I sung it for myself because I wanted it different. But these songs written by these guys I think that these songs will be our George M. Cohen, our Cole Porter, our Irving Berlin songs. So many of the songs as well that say Stevie Wonder wrote or Smokey Robinson, these songs, many of them will last forever. I mean, just forever. I was telling you guys downstairs that I never knew that a black writer wrote, walk right in, sit right on down, and I read the night. These songs are almost 100 years old. And these songs are going to last just that long. You're going to hear people, well, I don't know how much farther you can go than hip-hop, but they will be being interpreted in so many different forms, many of them. They won't all last, because some of them really were just songs written by young guys who were silly. But many of them will last forever, as long as people sing songs.
I just want to say something else, because I feel like whenever I watch you as a performer myself, I always learn something when I watch you. I think of you as a great listener, because I'm imagining that you're singing the songs the way you hear them, and you don't seem to hear them the way anybody else hears them.
Well, that doesn't take a great deal of listening. The songs, I really do get inside my songs, and they're really like making love. And when I say to people, I choose my own songs because no one could choose a lover for me. No one could tell me how to make love. Nobody could tell me what to do after the doors closed and the lights went out. And those songs, I approach them that way. My husband thinks of them too as songs that, well, he thinks I should rehearse, and I don't. I just hear the song, and if I can sing it, I sing it. And if I have to rehearse it, it'll kind of make me don't like it. I would just like making love. If you had to just rehearse, well, I don't know, guys would like to rehearse.
Will you do another one for us?
Of course I will.
Bettye LaVette.
You don't have to take off your all right, come on, baby. I chose this song. I think I liked it myself personally. I never intended to sing it. It always reminded me of what my grandson, or what my daughter would say. The words they might have used in a different fashion when I was trying to wake them up to go to school. So I really am wondering, and I want to know from y'all, how old John was when he wrote this. And then too, most of us in show business remain adolescent for several years. When I wake up early in the morning, my head. 'Cause I'm still young when I'm in the middle of a dream. I stay in bed and I just float upstream. Please don't wake me, no, don't shake me. Leave me right here where I am. I'm only sleeping. Everybody seems to think I'm lazy. I don't mind, 'cause I think they're all crazy, running everywhere at such a speed, till they find out that they're just ain't no need. Y'all, please don't spoil my day. I'm miles away, and after all, I'm only sleeping. Keep an eye on the world going by my window, taking my time, lying here and staring at the ceiling. I'm waiting for that sleepy feeling. Please don't wake me, don't you shake me. Leave me right where I am. I'm only
Bettye LaVette with Mark Sussman on guitar. So, what we thought we do, we might need the house lights up just a little bit, if we can bring them up slightly. If there are any questions, we thought we'd take 5 minutes or maybe 10. If there are questions for anyone up here, we'll throw them your way. And if we're going to do like in school, if you got a question, raise your hand, and I'll.
And don't be asking what was John's favorite color.
Yeah, over here, Sarah. The question was, is Bettye married?
You know my husband is out there, and if you ask him, he can tell you you don't want to be available to me.
Yeah, over here. So the question is, I guess that's to Jack or any of us, what's your favorite double fantasy song? You're on the spot, Jack.
I think it's Watching the Wheels. It really explains where he's been.
Here you go. For me, it'd be Woman. You know, that'd be mine.
Hey, Dennis.
Anyone else?
Dennis.
Yes.
I heard during what number 9 meant to him. What did number 9 mean to you?
Did number 9?
You know, it was amazing, because that day when I asked him, I totally had no sense of that it was all related. You know, I just thought number nine, I just thought it was a goof. You know, when we all first heard that White Album, what did any of you think of that lengthy Number 9 Dream? It was bizarre, it was strange, it was the longest Beatle track we had ever heard before. So I just thought it was weird, and I was so
By the way,
pleasant.
it's my favorite crap number, but I don't know about you. Crap number, crap. Number 9. Crap.
I don't know what he said.
Craps number.
Your favorite Craps number. Okay. Anyone else? Over here, I see. You, sir. A question for Bob.
John, during time, you know, as you were, you know, hanging out with him, I mean, what was it like, you know, thinking about the Beatles, like, was he like saying, you know, fucking George, or...
No, he actually liked the Beatles.
So the question is, what did John say to you about the Beatles?
The lawyers had lawsuits. John actually liked the Beatles. They were like brothers. And that's when I saw him with Paul, and they were really friendly. I know he stayed friendly with George and with Ringo. You know, outside of the newspaper stories, I think they were always friends.
And there was another one back here. There was another hand. Yes, sir. Yeah, question for Jack.
Yeah, I was wondering, was there a slight key change in there or something?
It modulates.
The modulate at the end of the song.
Yeah. Going back to what he felt about the Beatles, we had been talking about a Ringo album during the Double Fantasy sessions, on which John had already committed to playing and Paul had already committed to playing on, and they were just waiting for George, and it would have been those three guys backing up Ringo. That was the plan.
Yeah, yes, sir. Right here. Your favorite part about the hit factor?
Well, the location, because I would have chosen to continue to go to record plant, but because it was such a secret that we were doing this record, I needed to go somewhere where the press wouldn't find us and at the time, the original old Hit Factory was way off the beaten path over by 10th Avenue, so we could get in and out of the building without being
I
noticed.
have a question. Was that the first of their really big records that was recorded here? Or they were all recorded in England?
No, they were the first ones were recorded in England, Plastic Ono Band.
So then when they started to record here, they continued to record at...
They recorded at Record Plant mostly. But because this one was secret, we did it at Hit Factory, but we ended up back at Record Plant mixing.
Yeah.
And the last night of John's life, we spent at Record Plant. He left. We were working. He left, and a few minutes later, I got the terrible news.
Ed, I see Ed, my pal in the back.
First, I'd like to thank you all for coming down tonight because I feel like I got to know John a little better. Secondly, I'd like to say that Betty's interpretations make me love the songs even more. And then the question I have for Jack is, could you talk a little bit about the Stripped Down album?
Well, I wanted you to hear basically what I was hearing when we first went into the studio to record it, which was, you know, a good number of the vocals that we did were live, and you know, I'm really grateful for that because we wouldn't have Milk and Honey, the second album, if we hadn't recorded the vocals live. But the band itself they were so good, and they were so inspired by what John would be saying to them and how he made them feel as musicians. You know, he was a wonderful artist to work with. If you were an artist, he really shared a lot with other musicians.
If there was a leader, would he have been it?
He was the leader. Absolutely, was the leader of the Beatles. He made no bones about saying he was the leader of that band. But the thing was, I wanted you to be able to hear how that felt in the studio, and that's why we stripped it down. And that's what that record's about.
Okay, we need to leave time for one more song, so we're just going to do one or two more. Yes, sir.
Two more. Question for Jack. I wonder how much, if any, was left to record. December 8th, I see we put it in the news. You were absolutely shocked.
The question is how much was left to record?
What was the state of the record? How much was left?
Well, there was all of that live material, and there were a few tunes on the cassette tapes that were never recorded.
But it was mostly done.
There was work left. I can't comment about that.
Was the intention to make several recordings? I mean,
It was like making 4 albums.
I see.
It was 2 artists and 2 albums that we were making all at once.
Hey, do you play a tour again?
Yes, as Bob knows quite well, he'd already drawn the plans for what the stage was going to look like.
Okay, so you will be the last one.
Why all the secrecy behind all the production?
Why all the secrecy?
Because he wasn't sure that he had the goods anymore. He'd been out of the studio for a lot of years, and it wasn't until he heard a few of his vocals played back over a month into the project that he turned to Yoko and said, "Mother, you can tell him we have an album."
All right, so let's okay, one more. This is it. One more. You got it. So the question is whether or not it's true John got the news. John got the news that he was not deported the day of his birthday and the day that Sean was born. And that is true.
He actually received the green card in June, but he got the news that they won the case October 9th, and that's the day Sean was born, and it was his birthday.
So on that note, if you see fitting to put an exclamation point on this evening by turning it back over to Bettye LaVette.
Folks say I'm crazy. Do what I'm doing. They give me all kinds of warnings. They say they're trying to save me from ruin. When I tell them I'm okay, they look at me kind of strange. They say, "Child, you can't be happy. You're no longer playing the game." Some folks say I'm lazy. Just dreaming my life away. Well, they give me all kinds of advice. They say it's designed to enlighten me. When I tell them I'm doing just fine, watching shadows on the wall, they say, "Don't you miss a big time, girl? You ain't no longer on the ball." I tell them that I'm just sitting here watching the feelings go around. Lord, I love to watch it roll. No longer riding on the merry-go-round. I just have to let it go. People asking questions. They're lost in their own confusion. Well, I tell them there ain't no problem here. All I got here is solutions. Well, they shake their heads and look at me like I've lost my mind. I tell them there ain't no hurry, 'cause I'm just sitting here doing time. Oh, I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. Lord, I really love to watch it roll. No longer go. I just have to let it go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bettye LaVette. Bob Gruen, Jack Douglas, Dennis Elsas. We all thank you. We're all here for John. Thank you for supporting us and the annual John Lennon Tribute. December 6th at Symphony Space with Raiola and Mark Cohen and Joan Osborne and Bettye LaVette.